I'm base camping here at Dry Lake Campground, and last night I put up my ultralight tent. I decided to put a black tarp over it. As you can see, I've created a ridge line with some extra shot-corded poles from my other tent. So today I'm going to create some pockets in this tarp, which is 5 feet across, so that it will slip right in there. As you can see, this pole is designed for a large dome tent. So I'm going to create pockets midway through this black tarp at the other end here, so we can have this great canopy instead of having to guy it out like I did. And we will show you that when it's done. But as you can see, I've got some nice airflow going on under here with this tarp. That's perfect. This tent is a prototype, and it weighs 22 ounces. It's got a full zipper floor, which is bathtub, back window, and by creating with 2 hiking poles. So we will film this project here and share it with you. Now this tarp is 10 feet long by 5 feet wide, and I'm going to make 2 pockets to insert this shot-corded pole in, so I can create a canopy that is overhangs the ends. Now I always space my loops about 2 feet apart because it gives you so many pitching options. So I'm being 10 feet long and 5 wide. This weighs about 7 ounces. So normally I do not use a canopy on my single wall ultralight tent, but when it's cold, and especially if I'm base camping or winter, then it's great to have another layer and a little extra protection. So we're going to sew the pockets on here. I've created 2 spacers here because this pole is not quite long enough. It's basically a bolt, and it's going to be glued in there. And we have one on each end. We're going to thread a cord through there, an elastic, so that we can, when we break it down, it's about 18 inches in length. I keep an assortment of straps that I've paired off my old packs and gear that I've just trimmed when it's a little excessive. So we're going to choose something like this for our pocket. We'll cut it at a nice little square and sew it on there. And then we'll use some of this elastic for the shot-corded pole. Now these were just sections that were from a repair kit. And so you can see, you want to line them up to make sure you have the right width. Make sure you've got them so that they'll insert properly. So we've got this all lined out into 3 sections. So now the trick is to get the elastic through it. So this thin cord actually drops through pretty nice. I wanted to use the fatter stuff, but I couldn't get it threaded through. It's just a little bit overkill. So we're threading our poles. So into this end I've screwed my bolt. My elastic is in there, my shot cord, and I'm going to tie off this elastic there and check the length for my pocket, because you want this pretty tight when you put it in, otherwise it'll fall down over the evening. So we'll put one in this end. This end's a little bigger, so we're going to have to be sure that that bolt is going to stay in there. Now notice I put this clothespin here to hold the elastic as I thread it through this these poles, so that it wouldn't end up drawing it through there as I focused on the other end. Now using that tape in this end, I gave myself something secure to bolt this into, so that in the end, this pole is ready and the cord will stay in, and it's close to the right length. So we will stitch in our pockets and test it out. This tape is sticky on one side, I don't even know what it goes to actually. Probably like some heat resistant metal tape. I think you could use just about anything as long as you gave yourself something solid to bolt this into. So I'm going to heat seal this, and the way I do it is I use a little cigarette lighter, and that way when I sew it on it won't be fraying. Now I put clear fingernail polish over my sewing my threads. When I get home I can put this on the sewing machine. I'll have electricity then, and reinforce this patch, this pocket for the pole. But clear fingernail polish is actually a very good product to carry in your little Murphy kit in the toolbox, because it can seal edges, it can keep water out. It's good for if your fingernails are starting to break because you've been camping so long. But it's a good little product, and so I carry it in my toolbox. So this tarp is ready to be set up. So the finished product, we have our pockets and our custom size shock corded pole, creating a canopy for an ultralight tent.